friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. This hopefully is still going to be the babbling edition instead of the hacking and coughing edition, because I'm sick as a dog, but that is not going to stop me. Well, it might stop me from talking, but will not stop me from doing this review. And I'm talking about the new one from Stryper called When We Were Kings. This is one of those bands that I've been listening to for about as long as I can remember. I joined one of my first band, the first band I was ever in, was a Christian rock band. It was called Trinity, and it was four of us, so it doesn't make any sense, but that's what we were called. And they introduced me to Stryper because it was a Christian rock band, and we were together for like 3.5, 4 years, something like that. And but we played all original music. We didn't do any Stryper songs because we weren't quite that proficient back then, but we got pretty good. But anyway, so Stryper I've been listening to since I was like 15 years old, and I actually finally got the chance to see them. I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago. They were playing some events. It was like it was a biker rally actually, about 45 minutes away from my house. And at the last minute, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go watch these guys. I got up, just got in my car, drove there, went and watched them, and they put on a great show. They played some cover songs. They did Ozzy. They did some Judas Priest, and stuff like that. So it was awesome. I'm so glad I got to go see them finally. But yeah, I've been following this band forever. So every time they release an album, I'm there, and there's not been one album that I've disliked. There's been some that are better than others, and I'm gonna say this one was not disappointed. And let me tell you, there was not a slow ballady song on this album. I'm just gonna get that out of the way right now. There's one that I've heard a couple people referring to as the ballad called Betrayal of Love, but that's not a ballad. That's not a ballad. It's heavy. Just because it's a little slower in tempo doesn't make something a ballad. There's no ballads on this album, so not that I care, but there isn't any. And let me tell you, it kicks in. Man, it just kicks in. If you're a guitar fan and you like solos, they're here, and there's some cool stuff in here I haven't heard these guys do before. They tried some new stuff, and it's just cool when there's a band out there that's been doing this for so long, still trying new stuff. And the one thing I did notice is this is on Frontiers Records now, and Michael Sweet's been kind of associated with them for a while now. He's done some projects, with George Lynch and Tracy Guns and some other stuff. So I can't remember if the last release from Stryper was on Frontiers or not. I asked, if anybody wants to comment in the comment section, let me know. Feel free. That's what the comment sections are for. Either correct anything I said wrong or to add your own little stuff. So, but anyway, kicks in a lot of solos. The harmony solo, which they're really known for. First song, and they're doing harmony solo, amazing. And they end it with a cool, Michael just does one of his famous screams, and it just harmonizes along with the last finishing note of the solo. I was like, yes, that's what I want to hear from Stryper. So, yeah, that's how it kicks in, and it really doesn't let up from there. There's some cool stuff with, the wah-wah pedals, which I really haven't heard too much in their solos before. They're not Kirk Hammett by any means. They don't use that hardly ever. So it's cool to hear them trying some new stuff there. So like the first 3 songs, just great. I want to say balls to the walls, but I feel that's inappropriate for a Christian band. But that's pretty much what it is. And then it does slow down, like I said, a little bit with Betrayal of Love. But that is like more. I would say that's more epic than it is anything else. And got a great melody, and there's one thing Stryper's known for is being heavy and catchy hooks, and they do have that here. And the next song, Love Symphony, actually starts out slightly slow, but man, it kicks in really fast, and he gets a little bit gritty in this one with his singing. Then it gets like the galloping bass stuff going on in there, a little Iron Maiden-y a little bit, but anyway, that's how that song kind of goes. And it's funny that I had mentioned that I was in a band called Trinity. There's a song on here called Trinity, which is the next one. Just really fast song. That was a cool song. So it's kind of cool to hear that. I was like, oh wow, they named the song after my band. And not really, but it was kind of, that's what I'm going to tell people. So anyway, and of course, a lot of screaming going on. This was one thing I've noticed about Michael, and I've always, thought this right from the start. he's got a voice that's either you love it or hate it. When he does like the top of his head range, the enunciation gets lost a little bit, which just that's always been that way. I think over the years, the tone of that his higher end has gotten a little bit better. You know, it's like he sings like a lot from the back of his throat, so it gets that almost I'm going to say Jarl type sound, but which it's hard to enunciate when you're singing like that. So it's gotten a little better over the years, but the tone of it's gotten a little bit thicker and stronger, and that's what I think I noticed here. But the screams, man, holy moly, he still has that high range, nails them. And then, you know, we get Rhyme of Time and Raptured. You know, both Rhyme of Time's a little bit slower, and you know, than Trinity was there, but still rocking out. Like every single song in here just rocks out. And you know, Raptured is kind of a cool one of the ones I was talking about with the guitar tones. They got to, you know, they changed things up a little bit in that one. That's like one of the ones where I said they were trying a little bit different stuff. And then Grateful's got a super huge chorus, big, you know, memorable singing. And Divided by Design, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit really raging guitar stuff going on in that one. Like super fast, like, I don't know, super dirty distortion going on in that one. And that's one of also the other ones I was mentioning with the wah stuff going on. And then there's 11 songs on this album. It ends with Imperfect World. And I could just picture, you know, Michael just singing this one live, just, you know, big, powerful end to the song, you know. I don't want to say, you know, power metal or anything like that, but almost along the lines of that. So that's kind of how they end it. There's no real big, sugary, you know, choruses, you know, Calling on You or Always There for You. There's nothing like that on here. Not that I have anything against that, but that's just not this album. This album, they had a vision, obviously. They were going to go out there and be heavy, keep their sound, because the guitar tone, like overall, the rhythm tone, same as they've always used, which is fine. I like it when bands don't, you know, completely abandon their sound. So they keep that. Obviously, it's almost all the same players. Only different member that they have nowadays is the bass player, the guy from Firehouse, whose name escapes me, and I don't have the CD close enough to me to grab it. I'm sure somebody out there remembers who that is. And man, I can't think of his name. It's driving me crazy. But anyway, all the rest of them are the same right from the beginning. And you know, so Oz and Michael and Matthew, geez, gosh, and you know, out there just tearing it up like usual. And if you like Stryper, you like the heavy stuff, this album's for you. If you're looking for the ballads and the poppy, sugary Stryper, not on this album. So if you like all of that, you know, this is all for you. So anyway, as always, feel free to comment, you know, leave your Stryper stories, all that fun stuff, and like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because if we're going to keep putting out music like this, I'm on board. So until next time, we'll see you.